Welcome to our Saturday night USL action as North Carolina FC, winners of back-to-back home games, welcomes the second-place team in the USL Eastern Conference, Charleston Battery, a Southern derby. North Carolina FC and Charleston getting set. And hello, everybody. I'm Dean Linke, delighted to be with my collegiate champion, my MLS champion. He's just a champion, talking about Jason Gary. And Jason, of late, North Carolina FC, they've been playing like champions. They've won 2 in a row at home.
Yeah, they've been great at home, and it's really the critical time of the season, Dean, where they've got to get points at home. We talked about it coming into this 3-game homestand. Coach Colin Clark talked about needing 7 points. Well, they've got 6 right now, a great opportunity to try to get 9 points and really vault themselves up in the playoff standings.
Who could forget the last time these two teams met? 97th minute, looked like North Carolina FC was going to get a winner. One guy who's been producing winners, Daniel Rios up top, has been fantastic.
Yeah, he's been excellent. He's the guy right now, you feel like every time he's on the field, he's going to score a goal. He's got 11 goals on the season and has been a linchpin for this team to really have that center forward that finishes the chances created by a very, attacking-oriented team with Coach Colin Clark. Focus on the attack, and Daniel Rios has been excellent for me for this season.
Yeah, 11 goals on this season. Sometimes you can forget the defenders, but Aaron Guillen has stepped in big at that left back position, and it's going to be hard to replace him now at left back.
Yeah, he sure is. He's a naturally left-footed center back. Plays in the center back most of his career coming up to this point, but he's slotted in at that left back spot and has been excellent, making tackles, getting forward, whipping balls in the box with that great left foot.
All right, so that's North Carolina FC. Meanwhile, the Charleston Battery, they're second place, as I said, in the Eastern Conference. Nico Rietmeyer coming off the big game.
Yeah, Nico has been great for them. He's a local College of Charleston kid, and he scored 2 goals in the last game. If they can figure out a way for their midfielder, Mr. Rietmeyer, there to start scoring some goals, it's going to serve them well moving into the postseason. But Charleston in an excellent position being in second place in the league.
We rarely put the spotlight on a coach in the open, but when you've been with a club for 25 years as a player, as an assistant coach, and the top man, and you've won titles, you deserve a little airtime. Mike Anhauser, we bow down, 25 years with the same club.
Absolutely, just a great example of a fantastic coach, just grinding away as a player, as an assistant coach, and now as a head coach. He's got this Charleston team up to, like we said, second in the standings, and he's just a great soccer mind down there in South Carolina.
You know you've made it if you get a bobblehead night, and on August 11th against Atlanta, the Mike Anhauser bobblehead night. That's big time.
Yeah, you gotta love it. It's gonna be a great game here tonight.
All right, it's steamy, but you know it's gonna be good. North Carolina FC, the Charleston Battery. We'll have the lineups in the kickoff when we come back. Stay with us, everybody.
In soccer, every second is monumental. Every moment of the 90 minutes is backed up by months of training, hours of perfecting passes, weeks of tuning your touch. You put in the time searching for your next advantage. We provide the gear that helps you earn it.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
My name is Clint Dempsey, and I play for Seattle Sounders. If you played on a club team, it gave you an opportunity to get a scholarship in soccer. So going to Dallas, so we lived in Nacogdoches. I went for my first tryout, not really thinking I was going to make it, and ended up making the team. And then it was the reality set in. My parents were like, how are we going to afford this? How are we going to be able to drive 3 hours one way and 3 hours back? I was just lucky that I had parents who were crazy enough to drive me that far to get that coaching. See more at celebratingsoccer.com.
Park-Salem Stadium, Cary, North Carolina, home to the North Carolina FC, 7, 8, and 5 on the season, taking on the Charleston Battery, 10, 3, and 8. Alongside Jason Gary, I'm Dean Linke. Let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the home team.
Yeah, Daniel Rios is the guy that's banging the ball in the back of the net on a weekly basis, but really a first-choice lineup, I think, for Coach Colin Clark. See Connor Tobin, Michael Harrington, that pairing at center back is going to be important tonight to deal with Charleston.
4-1, 4-1. Meanwhile, Charleston Battery, they come in with a 3-5-2, and it's imposing.
It is, and they'll drop back and almost play 5 defenders at times. But for me, that guy at top, number 10, Atula Guerra, he can score some goals. He's their danger man. Got to be aware of where he is on the field at all times for the center backs for North Carolina FC.
Handshake on one side, Woodbine on the other. A lot of times, as Jason said, there'll be 5 in the back. Then those 2 are allowed to get forward. So a dynamic team led by a man who got some airtime to start the show, Mike Anhauser, 25 years.
Yeah, we're talking to him before the game. He feels really good about where this Charleston team is. But he just, like he said, you never know. This league is a very difficult league. You never know where you're going to be week to week. And there's Coach Colin Clark. Feels really good about this team. 2 wins in a row, trying to make it 3 here in a row at home. Great opportunity here tonight.
7th season for Colin Clark as the top man, assisted by Dwan Bader, Nick Platter, Greg Shields, and Michael Malazzo. Here we go, underway. The North Carolina FC in their familiar home blues. The Charleston Battery in their white, black, and white. Delighted to be with you here on ESPN Plus and other stations, bringing you USL action Saturday night style in Cary, North Carolina. Iwolo, who is going to start on that right wing, Stephen Miller on the left wing, and Colin Clark telling me earlier today that you may see those 2 flip-flop every once in a while.
Yeah, I think absolutely. It's a little bit of a different position for Iwolo, used to playing as an out-and-out striker, as a center forward, but with his pace and his ability to take players on one-on-one, should be an interesting dynamic, him playing on the wing.
Centrally, they continue to go with Graham Smith, Kyle Becker, and Austin DeLuz. Kind of 2 attacking midfielders sitting behind the piano carrier, as we know him, Graham Smith. And the more and more we see of those 3 in the midfield, the more and more I like what I see.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you have Austin DeLuz and Kyle Becker, they're capable of playing any of those midfield positions. But I like them both in the middle because they get more touches on the ball, a little bit of speed on the outside with Miller and Iwolo. But all about finding Daniel Rios right now and the form he's in, scoring goals week in and week out. Got to create some chances for him, and he's going to put him in the back of the net.
Here's Thomas on the ball, and he'll bring it back to Mueller, part of that 3 in the back. We'll have more on the USL standings at halftime, but I can tell you the Charleston Battery at 38 points are just 6 south of FC Cincinnati, who are the top of the table in the Eastern Conference with 44. North Carolina FC sitting 11th with 26. The Charlotte Independents are at 28. Here's the deal, though. Charlotte has played 2 more games than North Carolina FC, so when you start to figure out all the math, North Carolina FC looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, they're in a good spot, and 3 points will go a long way towards building some confidence into this stretch run to get into the playoffs and make a run. It's all about who's playing the best in this stretch run and into the playoffs.
Back to Mueller. Now Hackshaw with that great hair. Connor Tobin. Connor Tobin, big weekend last Sunday, raising money for a special cause. They did the mall crawl with the soccer golf, I guess it is. Looked like a great crowd, better attended than last year, and they raised some money.
Yeah, they raised a lot of money. Great job. Connor Tobin just created that thing out of nothing in his 2nd year.
Everybody looked like they had a good time, didn't they?
I'm sure no adult beverages were consumed either.
0,
you know?
None. Here's Gian Harrington, really starting to settle in. He's getting better and better every game.
Yeah, he's just building into the season. He looks pretty comfortable out in that center back spot. You know, in his earlier career playing left midfield, left back, he slid in that center back spot and looks pretty good.
DJ Taylor back to Tobin, wearing the captain's armband.
And you can already see the way Charleston plays, Coach Anhauser, they suck up space. They compact the field, make it very difficult to break them down defensively. High press. North Carolina FC's got to figure out a way to stretch the field a little bit, get those defenders turning around and running back towards their own goal.
Gian will have it stripped by Woodbine. Woodbine running downhill. Woodbine just outside of the 18. He'll drop it back. It'll find the feet there of Rittmeyer. Back across, still loose. Woodbine with a big swing with that left foot, and finally cleared out of there with the right foot of Harrington.
Yeah, a little bit of a mental mistake there from Guillen, I believe it was. That clearance went right back into the middle of the field. Opportunity for Charleston there.
Here's Thomas. When I asked Colin Clark what would be his #1 key to this game, he said with all the confidence Charleston has right now, remember they reeled off 4 straight wins. Hang on, Hackshaw, far side. We'll cut it back on Taylor. This one is in. Guerra has just had an outstanding season. Still loose. He'll come all the way back here now to Kelly. Far side to Anunga. And Anunga, it felt like we saw him a lot more in the middle of the park. Oh, I see. He was just filling that spot for Hackshaw.
Like I said, Hackshaw, get back there so I can get back in the middle of the park and get my foot on the ball.
Rittmeyer outside. Iwolo. Now Taylor over to Becker. So anyway, to finish my thought, Colin Clark talked about the fact that against this Charleston team, which is in such great form, winners of 4 in a row, he thought if they could get an early goal, talking about North Carolina FC, it would really open up a whole lot of space with 3 in the back, and then maybe they could get the second. That made a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah, absolutely. An early goal against a team that is so sound defensively would go a long way towards opening this thing up. Good job, though, here by North Carolina FC to just keep possession, move up the field now to try to maintain some possession in the attacking third.
Here's Guillen. One bounce to Iwolo. Good idea to first time it. Problem was it was Angula that was there. Iwolo wins it back. Quickly played Deleuze to Rios. Deleuze is going to turn. Oh, my! What a turn. What a shot. That patented left foot.
You could see it, Dean. He was setting it up when that ball was bouncing. I said, he's got to hit it. And he did, turned on a dime, just didn't get that thing down under the crossbar. Watch this, he's setting himself up there. He's shooting all the way, and that thing is coming down. Good opportunity there. Austin Deleuze, good pressure from Iwolo, though, to win the ball back after he had given it away.
To be fair, I'm not sure Kuzminski had a good read on that shot either.
He was off his line, too, Dean. A little bit more under the crossbar there. Austin Deleuze is celebrating right now.
Rittmeyer will have it stripped. Now Becker, Deleuze quickly to Harrington. Deleuze looks sharp, folks.
He does. I love that ball from Deleuze right there. You've got to stretch this team.
Miller stays with it. A little bit loose. Mueller. You tell Miller was ready to get that right boot up, but it was going to hit the head of Mueller, so he brought it back. Here's Guerra, number 10. Been more of a midfielder most of his career, but been playing up top for Mike Anhauser and has been outstanding for the Battery. They'll switch it here to Woodbine.
Yeah, well defended. Deleuze, man, he baited him into that. He knew exactly where he was going to try to go.
Deleuze, everything he's touched so far has been pretty good. Here's Becker. They'll square it now to Thomas. Smith, rather. Iwolo. Far side to Taylor. Smith again, Graham Smith. Miller stays with it. Around Woodbine, deflected, loose. And Mueller will clear it out. It'll be a throw-in for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, good stuff again from Stephen Miller. North Carolina FC started this game very brightly, moving the ball quickly. You have to do that against this Charleston team that's so good defensively. Got to move that ball quickly, get the ball in behind, and they're doing a good job here in the early moments.
North Carolina FC elects to push the throw in backwards, go from left to right. Now back is Deleuze. They'll keep it right side to Taylor. Now central again here to Smith. Ian. Miller. Miller's got Thomas on him. Deleuze making himself available. Good ball, one bounce to Miller. Miller down near the corner flag. He'll give it back to Guillen. Left foot. Into the 18 and cleared. Dangerous right now. North Carolina FC looking strong, keeping possession.
Yeah, they're playing with some confidence right now. Good early ball from Guillen. Just didn't get it behind the back line, though, of Charleston. But you can tell North Carolina FC playing with some confidence right now.
Ten minutes in, no score. North Carolina FC, Charleston Battery, USL action on ESPN+. All the way back to Harrington. Iwolo. Tobin over to Harrington. DeLuz. Smith kept alive to Guillen. Rios with Miller. Miller deflected. Cleared by Mueller. Look at DeLuz. Ooh, my. Good little touch, but they'll call the whistle, though. And they'll go against Guerra. How about the effort, though, of Benjamin Button, Ponce de Leon, Austin DeLuz.
I think he's ran 2 miles already this game. He's been all over the place. But you can tell he's feeling it. He wants the ball at his feet with that left foot. Here's where North Carolina FC has to be good. When they lose the ball, pressing forward in that transition, gotta make sure they know where the likes of Guerra and Rittmeyer are.
Ooh, hard foul from behind. Lunga called for it.
DeLuz is trying to abate a card from the referee here. Guerra knows better than to stand right in front of that ball. He could be a really good lawyer or politician, I think, Austin DeLuz, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he could be good about anything he wants to, I think. Smith. Angled ball on a dime to Miller. Nice trap by Miller. Neatly brought down with the right foot sent in. Miller kept alive to Guillen. Looked like a handball. Oh, the referee saw the handball. I know he saw it, so how's he not call it?
I don't know. The only thing I can think is thought it was not on purpose, but still the ball made contact with the hand away from the body. A great opportunity for a set piece there for North Carolina FC.
North Carolina's game broadcasts are brought to you by Continental Tire, as well as the official hotel partner of the North Carolina Football Club, Summit Hospitality. North Carolina FC thanks all of their corporate sponsors for their support. So I asked Colin Clark about the decision to push Iwolo out wide, and obviously one thing it does allow you is it still gives you the opportunity to bring in T. Shipolani, but he said he's a good soccer player, so he can play in multiple positions. He's just not, he's not only a center forward, he can do other things.
Yeah, absolutely. You just got to learn to play that position. It's tough to adjust your style of play. You can already tell he's cutting inside, he's tucking inside to try to get involved with the play. And that's okay if DJ Taylor is going to make those overlapping runs down the right-hand side.
Thomas will clear, bottom of the cleat for Rittmeyer. Now here's Anunga, as we said. It's all over the park a few weeks ago when that game tied 1-1. And Jason Guerra, you remember it. It was a social media craze, 97th minute. The funny part about it was that people don't realize is it was fresh off the World Cup. And you and I were talking, if they go World Cup rules, how many minutes extra time are they going to get? And somebody up here said 7. Not sure who that was, but nonetheless, in the 97th minute, it was electrifying.
It was wild. I still can't believe that that ball did not go in the back of the net.
That giggle got some national attention.
There's nothing else to do.
Here's Rittmeyer with Guerra open. They'll drop it back. This is dangerous as it fell to the feet right there of Higashi, and Higashi just flat out missed it.
Yeah, he just made a total mess of that one. Great opportunity to get a shot on target and test Alex Tambaka. Sagashi just get underneath that thing, put it into the stands.
Hackshaw's going to let it roll out of bounds, but they're going to say off Charleston, so throw in North Carolina FC.
Yeah, pretty good battle going on over there on the right-hand side between Iwolo. He's getting the ball there, and Hackshaw battling back and forth in the first 15 minutes of this game.
th minute, still no score. Smith, angled ball to Taylor. Hackshaw there again. So it's one thing with the hair with Hackshaw, but he also stands out because he seems to be in the right place at the right time the majority of the time.
Yeah, he's a good soccer player.
Woodbine. Rittmeyer came off of that shoulder of Guillen, and he's offside.
Yeah, good line there from North Carolina FC. Like the Guillen, Harrington, Tobin. I think you're right, Dean. You get the feeling, though, if either team scores here, this game's really going to open up. It's been a pretty free-flowing game already. No real clear-cut chances except for that miss from Higashi.
It's off of Iwolo, and it will be a goal kick back to the Charleston Battery. Of course, Iwolo from Cameroon. They played some pretty good soccer on the world stage over the years. So we can forget way back in 1994, Cameroon, the 94 World Cup. Remember that, Jason Gary, at all? How old were you in 94? Don't tell me.
10 years old.
Ouch.
Went to Dallas.
You go to some games?
Did.
That's fantastic.
Did. It was in the old Cotton Bowl, I think, back then.
It was.
Wasn't very hot in Dallas in, June, July. I played in the Cotton Bowl. That place was hot.
Yeah, the early days of Major League Soccer, that was the home, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you play at their new park as well?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's quite a stadium down there.
Well, surrounded by all those soccer fields.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a good setup.
This is not really in Dallas, in Frisco, Texas.
Thomas. Woodbine.
Uh-oh.
Got to be careful with number 14, Daniel Rios, 11 goals on the season, back-to-back games with goals. He's also been dishing some dimes. He's been doing it all, drawing penalty kicks. He's been really good.
Yeah, he's been doing it all, and that's exactly what you want with bringing in a player on loan. Jim Kerr Johnson, Coach Colin Clark. I mean, this has been a great signing, scoring goals for this team. Sometimes when you sign some of these guys on loan from a bigger club, they're not too happy about it, but Rios has really embraced it. He's worked hard, and he's finding some success.
Well, you think about the Oak City supporters as well. They've gotten behind him. They've made him feel at home, haven't they? They're big
Absolutely.
Daniel Rios supporters. Of course, anybody that scores double-digit goals
is
going to get behind.
Yeah, but I think it's the work rate. I think he's earned the respect of his teammates by the way he works, and he's putting the ball in the back of the net, and that's all that matters when you're paid to be a center forward.
Good work by Becker along with Smith. North Carolina FC is not making it easy for Charleston to even build it out of the back.
Yeah, it's been good pressure.
Ooh, nice touch by Rittmeyer over to Woodbine. Miller tracks back to support Guillen. Kelly. Hackshaw. Veal Hackshaw. Mueller. It's way out of bounds.
Woodbine was standing about 3 yards out of bounds, wasn't he?
Was. Miller with the throw in. Ibo Due. Julito Fernandez, the hero of the last game for North Carolina FC. Marcel Canziora, Dre Fortune, Mario Slomis and the human highlight reel T. Shipolani available for Colin Clark and company off the bench. So we understand there will be a water break around 30 minutes or so, which makes sense. Humidity is off the charts here. Stephen Miller. Harrington deflected there by Rittmeyer. Smith to Becker. Taylor back to Smith. Harrington. Say hi, hello, and as he used to say, Merry Christmas to the Candyman, Tim Camden and his family listening in right now. Always good to hear folks that have been around the program for 12 years continuing to tune in to what's going on with the franchise.
Yeah, good stuff. Love to see North Carolina FC get the full points.
They'll fall to Becker, top of the 18. Kelly got enough of it. Now Guerra picked up by Taylor.
Yeah, the really defensive work from all these North Carolina FC players tonight has been excellent. Just swarming the ball when it turns over. Not really allowing Charleston to get into any sort of rhythm here in the first half.
Far side to Iwolo. In the box is Rios. Iwolo, little move, heavy touch, out of bounds. Goal kick back to Charleston.
Yeah, that's okay, though. You want to see Donovan Iwolo take on the defender in that situation. What a ball, though, from Connor Tobin. About 55 yards on a rope to find Iwolo. Look at Joe Kuzminski there. Nothing much for him to do so far in this game. It's that long shot from Austin DeLuz and went over the crossbar.
All right, 22nd minute. Dean Linke here with Jason Gary. Won a national championship at Maryland. Same year he won the College Player of the Year. Your thoughts so far? First on the home team, North Carolina FC.
Yeah, I think they've started this game really well. They've been on the front foot defensively, swarming the ball, not allowing Charleston to get into any sort of a rhythm. But this Charleston team, as we've seen, are very difficult to break down, so no real clear-cut chances for the home team so far. But they've looked good. They look sharp on the ball. Their possession has been good. Got to find a way to break down this back line from Charleston.
Harrington. The North Carolina Football Club, fresh off back-to-back wins here at home, going in. Colin Clark, and that's one of the things I like about him. He's never afraid to talk about must-win games, even perhaps earlier than you're supposed to. He's not afraid to hang a number, and he said, look, in these 3 home games, for him, the magic number was 7. Now, he probably really felt like 9, but he would take 7 based on who they were playing, and he's got 6 already, and they've got 8 in their last 4 games.
Yeah, they've been on a really good run, and they just need to keep it going. You could tell the team is playing with more confidence than they were 2 months ago. Back-to-back wins, they're feeling they can make a run at this thing.
Alex Tambakis to DeLuz, and he's pushed to the ground on contact. And DeLuz saying that's been a couple times now.
Yeah, I agree with him. I think that's the 3rd foul on Anunga there. Could be all on Austin DeLuz as well. Good job taking the ball down off his chest, just putting his body in position to shove in the back from Anunga.
It's good soccer right there. I mean, the way DeLuz has made a little extra motion on the touch, that's part of soccer. He didn't roll around like Neymar or anything, but he just went down on contact.
He knew it was going to come, that the pressure was going to come, and took the foul.
Which was good because he was going backwards, right? So they'll always take that. Taylor telling Iwolo, go ahead and make yourself available offensively as the quick throw in here. Need more movement, though, from the attacking players in front of Deleuze. Deleuze doing everything. Pops it over. Miller's there, still loose. And picked up in goal by Kuzminski.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky there. Good give and go from Austin Deleuze. Tried a little lift over the defender. Taylor Mueller did a good job breaking that thing up.
Yeah, he's a handful, right? I mean, his feet are very soft. He's tall and lanky. He can play in the middle of the park, but they've got him up top as a center forward. He'll check back. He's tough to mark.
He sure is. I think he's getting a little frustrated right now because he's not getting the service. That's a heck of a ball there.
Fantastic ball all the way across here to Van Schaik. Van Schaik, side of his foot, hoping to get it back as it's played into Higashi, who had arguably the best opportunity so far. Perhaps for both teams even. Higashi back on it. Taylor. Man for man, you've heard me say it before. Comparisons to DeAndre Yedlin. Maybe that's a little bit too strong, but you know what I'm talking about, Jason.
Yeah, he's got the same type of game, right? And his stature is the same. It's up and down that right-hand side. I'd love to see DJ Taylor get a little bit more involved on the offensive side. Gets in those positions sometimes and just doesn't put the ball in or doesn't take on the defender. I think that's something he's going to learn over time. He's got the ability to do it.
Tambakis booms it long. Hackshaw over his head. Here comes Rios. Rios, if he turns, he'll see numbers are decent right now. He'll go back, though, to Smith. That time, Jason Gary, and you know better than me, though, but I would like to see him make that pass forward because it was about 4-on-4.
Yeah, and Charleston was out of position. Got to take advantage of it before they get back and organized.
Guillen to Rios. Rios feeling that pressure, knocked away. Anunga. Anunga. Boy, the difference is North Carolina FC had numbers behind the ball, though, when they lost it. Didn't matter, though. It still goes through to Guerra. Thought he was offside. They'll say no, so now Van Schaik will have a chance. Sent back to Guerra. Yeah, he can hit it from here, and he does! And he smoked it, folks. I knew it was coming, and he almost put it side netting.
Yeah, it was a great little turn there from Guerra. And he didn't miss that far post upper 90 by much. We'll see it here. He's got one thing on his mind when this ball comes across. How can I find a way to get a shot on goal? Great little turn. Hits out with some power. Just past Tambakis' post.
Just a few weeks ago in that 1-1 tie, we saw him make that exact same move more than one occasion.
Yeah, he's ready.
Stephen Miller, can he keep it in bounds? He can. Not easy dealing with Thomas, though. He is an absolute beast. Listed at 6'5", 200 pounds.
That's it? He's a monster back there. We haven't seen too many opportunities on set pieces for either team, but you got to think that those will play a role tonight. A pretty clean game all around.
Charleston Battery, winners of 4 in a row. They knocked off Indy 11, Louisville, Pittsburgh, and Richmond. This after tying North Carolina FC. Here's Rios. Rios trying to slide it through 2 players, both Mueller and Thomas. Deflected off of Rios, and it'll be a throw-in back to Charleston. Daniel Rios, number 14.
Yeah, trying to make something happen, but good luck running past Skylar Thomas. That guy covers about 10 yards every step.
Second time in a month, these two teams meet in this Southern Derby rivalry match. Winners of the last 2. NCFC enters the game riding a 4-game point streak and is within just 2 points of that 8th position. Now minute 29, still no score, zeros here. Charleston and North Carolina FC. Back over to Thomas. Woodbine, hard tackle from Deleuze. This is one of those where Deleuze is basically saying, all right, boys, if you want to join in, you can. He is all over the field right now.
He's going wherever he wants to go. But defensively, he's been excellent. Really, the only opportunity for North Carolina FC was that little spin, swivel volley that he tried to get past Kuzminski. Something going on between Woodbine and Miller there.
Bardal Pasha in the middle. Your assistant referees are Joe Zawatowski and Jordan Davis. Aaron Gallagher is your fourth official. Miller and Woodbine having a conversation. Aaron Gallagher, the fourth official, getting a little bit of air time, showing Thomas where to take the throw in. Ian Hauser on the bench for Charleston, reminding you again on August 11th, Michael Ian Hauser bobblehead day. I went ahead and asked for one. We'll see if that happens. Known him for a long, long time, though. He won a national championship at Indiana with the Godfather, Jerry Yeagley.
Quite a few national championships back in that day for Indiana.
You know it. Godfather won 6. 31st minute. Alex Tambakis. Let's talk Alex Tambakis, because first team goalkeeper after what I guess you could say a pretty heated spring, kind of back and forth, and he's been outstanding.
Yeah, he sure has. He's made big saves when he's needed to. Still continuing to work on his distribution with his feet.
Smith to Rios. Becker's open. Becker! First times it. That was probably all he could do, but right to Kuzminski.
Yeah, it was a great setup there from Rios. Put that ball on a platter for Kyle Becker. Good ball in. This is from Smith. Great little touch on it. And Daniel Rios, what a header. I think Kyle Becker can take a touch here.
You're right.
But it's so tight in the box, he just didn't realize that he had so much time. But if he takes a touch there, he's putting that thing in the back of the net.
Speaking of touches, the ball from Smith, the header from Rios, first class.
Yeah, it's excellent. But I think that's what North Carolina FC is going to need to do to break down this Charleston team. They've got to try some of those longer balls. See if you can find Rios' head. Kyle Becker was wide open there inside the 18-yard box.
Anunga back to Thomas. That pressure there from Deleuze, and if anybody deserves a water break, it is Austin Deleuze. Both teams deserve it, though, and we'll have a hydration break here at the 32nd minute. Still no score.
Yeah, just a little chance for each team to reset here. Been a pretty good first 30 minutes or so. That stash there from Graham Smith. It's strong.
Well, here's the thing. When you're playing the way he's playing right now, you can go with that stash, right? You can back it up.
I mean, I guess. Hopefully, if his mom is watching down there in Florida, I wonder what she thinks of that thing.
Yeah, maybe not. I might rescind that. I don't know how well you're playing. I don't know if you can hang on to that.
Tell you what, it's like an 80s film star.
How about that combo, though? I like it. You saw Becker and Smith and Deleuze talking things over. Look at their jerseys already. I mean,
yeah, it's very.
It's part of their skin at this point,
yeah,
right?
There's a lot of perspiration going on down there. But I think Coach Colin Clark is going to be pretty happy with the way his team has played. But I think what he's trying to tell DJ Taylor is you've got to get forward. You've got to go up that right-hand side, because Donovan Owolo, standing there right next to him, is cutting inside so much. It's opening up that space, and they've got to find a way to take advantage of it.
Take this time to tell you that Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders more than $50. Take a look over at the Charleston Battery bench during this hydration break. And Jason, Gary, first off, safety first. I like this idea. I mean, it's hot, it's humid. For Michael Anhauser and Dusty Hudok's team, same thing for Colin Clark's team, and I think it makes sense to get a little hydration.
Yeah, just a little hydration break. Get ready to go. Last 15 minutes or so of this first half.
All right, so you're not going to hit me with any back in my day. You walked,
no.
50 miles to play or anything like that.
Too old for that, Dean.
All right, here's Rip Meyer, back across, nobody home.
I mean, I'm from South Louisiana, so I can appreciate the humidity.
34th minute. Still no score.
There were some good times in Houston, though. It was so hot you had to bring 2 pairs of cleats and socks to change halfway through practice.
Houston's got a different level of heat.
Oof.
Yeah. That was after Columbus, right? For you? Okay.
But literally, you'd bring 2 pairs of cleats and 2 pairs of socks, and you would change the whole setup halfway through practice because you
practice.
You'd lose 7 or 8 pounds in water weight in one training session. Crazy.
Wow. I could use that. Here's Iwolo back to Taylor. 35th minute. Both these teams red hot. Charleston have won 4 in a row. North Carolina FC back-to-back home wins. Here's the thing, like, I want to soak it in. I'm going to miss North Carolina FC because they're going to go on the road for a little bit. It's been fun being here every Saturday night.
Yeah, it's been nice. I'm sure the players appreciate it a little bit. They've been in great form in this home stretch.
Hackshaw, side of his foot. It's a pretty good pass right there, 30 yards, side of his foot. Becker going the other way. Becker to Rios. Iwolo in support. Right now their runs are just a little off as they seem to be bringing players into the passing lanes.
Yeah, everyone came into the middle of the park and there's no one out wide.
Rios trying to earn a foul and does not get bailed out. Nifty little touch there by Higashi. Van Shake. He's got Woodbine far side. Does he see him? Guerra. Woodbine's open. Guerra back to his left. Taylor will clean it up.
That's great track back work from DJ Taylor. He didn't give up on the play. And Guerra tried to cut that thing back, and DJ Taylor was ready for it.
Becker, good ball to Iwolo, but
got to hold it.
Yep. Becker will get it back. Iwolo, a lot of walking around out there.
And you're right, Dean, on that last attack, both outside players from North Carolina FC made a run into the middle of the park, brought all the defenders in. They've got to find a way to keep their width. It's really the center of the park for Charleston is their strongest part of their team.
Go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in.
Handball.
That's a clear handball with the ball on the field as well. I mean, that arm came straight out.
Yeah, I think Hackshaw just misjudged that bounce there. Iwolo trying to do a quick throw, but this is Kyle Becker territory right here. He's going to line up on this free kick. The target's up from the back counter. Tobin's coming up. Daniel Rios, Iwolo.
'37th minute. Becker over the ball. Delivered a corner kick to Austin DeLuz, where DeLuz was able to climb the ladder and score as part of this 3-game home stretch. DeLuz will be in the mix. So will Iwolo. Iwolo. First time, Miller. And before DeLuz can get to it, it's cleared out. Guerra on it. '38th minute.
Yeah, you can't grab him. Made it too obvious there, DJ Taylor. Just stands him up. Higashi's not going anywhere.
I'm shocked that Charleston didn't wait. Right now it's 2-on-6. They just took off with it. And I think if you're Mike Anhauser, you might say, hey, why don't you wait for some jerseys? Meanwhile, they take a shot, and that'll sail into the woods here at Wakemed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium, Cary, North Carolina.
Yeah, I think Anunga's a little bit frustrated. Not sure why he's trying that shot. That's a 40-yarder. Sails out of the stadium.
You're not going to beat Tambakis with any of that.
Yeah, there's no chance. He was off balance, too. Sometimes when that ball is rolling back to you nice and clean, and you can put your foot through it, you can try it.
Willow gets a piece of it. It'll come all the way back.
The two forwards there, they just got to communicate a little bit better. Both went up for the same ball.
USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. Rittmeyer, Harrington on him. They'll give it back to Anunga. Woodbine will cut in. Anunga given the same liberties that Austin Duluth has for North Carolina FC. Anunga, same thing for Charleston. Woodbine goes down softly. Referee says play on. Here's Rios. Rios looking for some support. Becker's got Miller making that overlapping run and just too strong. It'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, just a little bit too strong. Austin Duluth, he knows he should have swiveled his hips and found the ball to the other side of the field. Had two players, Iwolo and Kyle Becker, making runs.
'40th minute. Sun finally starting to make its way down to the point where most of the field will be under shade, and it will cool down enough where the second half should be pretty pleasant.
Yeah, that's a foul for me. Defender's all over Iwolo's back.
Harrington rips Rittmeyer. That's good defending right there.
Yeah, it sure is. And he was expecting to get fouled as well by Rittmeyer. Stuff from Graham Smith there. Just a confident, good first touch. Playing that ball out wide, no panic.
Becker to Guillen. Now Becker with Miller checking back. He's onside, but one big bounce to the goalkeeper. And Joe Kuzminski will take it. Mueller did not like the way Miller was attacking that one. 41st minute, still no score. Hackshaw, a little give and go. Higashi, Tobin just absolutely takes it away. So we've seen Harrington and Tobin do the work defensively, one-on-one defending.
Really good one-on-one defending. Now they just got to figure out a way to find an outlet ball and move up the field quickly. Stuff from Rios.
42nd minute. Fairly even game. Maybe if boxing match, we talk about that all the time, maybe a slight edge to the home team.
Yeah, I think the chances created, the Charleston team had the best chance with Higashi's kind of point blank inside the 18, and then Kyle Becker had a good opportunity as well. Just kind of rushed the shot, but pretty even game, I would agree, Dean. Both teams playing some good stuff. I think we need that breakthrough for one of them to a little bit extra into this thing.
Watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season and stay up to date with news from across the USL at the league's official Facebook page. That's facebook.com/USL Soccer. 42nd minute. North Carolina FC 0, Charleston Battery 0. Rios. Somehow that got through to Guillen. I'm surprised it did. Guillen, pretty good ball to Rios. Becker was behind him. Not even sure how Rios was able to deaden that ball, to be quite clear. I mean, that was a tough ball to handle.
Yeah, it was coming in hot. Gosh, there.
Down.
Yeah. And gosh, you got a touch in there against Graham Smith.
It's going to give the mustache more airtime.
Yeah.
North Carolina FC would also like to thank Alpaca Peruvian Charcoal Chicken for their support of the franchise. Michael Ianhauser looking on. Sit back down to Dustin Budak. Oh my.
Yeah, something happened there. Guerra kind of hit out at Guillen. I'm not sure if he made contact or not. We caught some of that.
Yellow for it.
Let's see here. Have a little smack. I mean, not sure what that's all about. I think Guerra's a little frustrated.
He's lucky there.
Yeah, he's lucky.
It looked like Guillen was going in fair play, and then you go a hand to the throat.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Nah, I think it's a good yellow card. I don't think it rises to the level of a red for me.
Well said. So Guerra with the yellow. So here we go, 44th minute. Guillen looking for Iwolo. Hackshaw is there. I think Iwolo may have won it first time. Second ball handled by Hackshaw. Let's see what Van Shake can do with it far side.
Yeah, good pressure there by North Carolina FC. See what happens here.
All right, so Iwolo's going to leave it for Taylor. So what you want to see when he leaves it is to become a weapon, right? Do something where you're viable here. They got to move it.
Yeah, it's got to go quicker.
Sent in over the top of Iwolo.
Yeah, I think in that situation with Taylor and Iwolo over there, and they're all by themselves in the corner, just throw it in quickly to Iwolo, let TJ Taylor whip a ball in the box, just quick, just be
Bing,
more
bang.
aware, just,
Yep.
you know, be more aware.
Rittmeyer. Harrington does well to track back. Miller gets involved. Miller takes it away from Rittmeyer. Now Becker. He'll go far side to Taylor. We're in the 45th minute. Should be maybe 2 minutes, no longer. Could keep it at 1, but it's 3. So there you go. I am off my game. Try to find Taylor, and they can't do it. Hackshaw. Good tackle there. Who else? Austin DeLuz.
In the first half, 3 minutes.
All right, Rittmeyer's open again. Rittmeyer's got Woodbine behind him. He's got Guerra in front of him. Guillen is marking. Now Woodbine with Miller on him. Woodbine back to Rittmeyer. Rittmeyer with Guillen. Woodbine again. Harrington, no problem. Good ball to Rios. Knew where he was. Nunga gets enough of it. Kelly. We're 30 seconds in to the 3 minutes of added time. Tambakis.
Yeah, good defending there from Connor Tobin. Getting in the back of the center forward, not allowing him to be comfortable. Tambakis, not much to do here in the first half.
The North Carolina Education Lottery is proud to support North Carolina FC, and right now Carolina Keno gives you the chance to win up to $100,000 every 5 minutes. Look for Keno in select locations. You enjoy spending time like restaurants, pubs, and convenience stores. Visit nclottery.com to find out where you can play Carolina Keno. Filing out Jason Gary, the entire field short of a couple strips covered in shade.
Yeah, I think we're setting up for a pretty good second half, Dean. I think both of these teams will feel like they can get 3 points out of this game.
I agree 100% with that statement. Either team has got to feel like they can win it here.
Yeah, I think the first 15 or 20 minutes of the second half are going to be pretty intense for both teams.
You think about last game, some of the subs that Colin Clark made. He brought in that man who couldn't get to it, Iwolo, and he brought in Walito Fernandez. And who knows, the subs could again play a role in who's going to perhaps take 3 out of this one.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide to do. Colin Clark likes to make changes around the 60th minute mark in the second half, but for me, I think it sets up pretty well for a T. Shipolani appearance in this game, just with his ability to break people down one-on-one.
Over the top to Woodbine. Got 30 seconds left here in this first half or thereabouts. Woodbine hoping that Rittmeyer was there, but there's Guillen. And that's why 100% we decided to put the spotlight on Guillen to start the show.
Yeah, they had some composure to find Austin DeLuz. They got to go forward more quickly.
All right, Miller will look up. All he sees right now is Rios. Can he find him? Oh, he may have been trying to do something cheeky there. I'm not sure. Or perhaps he just mishit it.
Yeah, I think he mishit it, Dean. Daniel Rios was the only runner in the box. He made a fake to the far post and came near post on that run, and Stephen Miller just not able to find him. A little disappointed.
All right, your whistle, and at the end of 45, Michael Anhauser's team, the Charleston Battery, 0, and North Carolina FC led by Kyle Becker, 0.
Yeah, pretty even first half for both of these teams. I think we're in for a second half, Dean, that should be pretty darn exciting coming out of halftime.
At halftime, we'll talk to Kirk Johnson, the president GM of North Carolina FC, and as always, we'll take a look around the United Soccer Leagues. Once again, your halftime score, North Carolina FC 0, Charleston Battery 0. Stay with us. We'll be back after this quick break.
In North Carolina, we get up before the sun rises to stay up in the wee hours of the night. We believe in working hard and playing hard. The neighboring meal is a farmer and for farmer, there's got to be ANC, the official state identity program for North Carolina agriculture products. Look for the Got to Be NC logo wherever you shop or eat, and you know you're getting a quality product grown, raised, caught on meat in North Carolina.
My name is Clint Dempsey, and I play for Seattle Sounders. If you played on the club team, it gave me an opportunity to get a scholarship in soccer. So going to Dallas, it was my favorite choice. I went for my first try. I remember thinking I was going to make it, ended up making the team. Then I was still reality setting. My parents said, how can I afford these? How would you be able to drive 3 hours one way, 3 hours back? I was just lucky that I had parents who were crazy enough to drive me that far to get that coaching. See more and celebrate soccer.com.
It's only fitting on a super hot day, two of the hottest teams in the USL going toe-to-toe. And after 45 minutes, your halftime score here at Wake Met Soccer Park, Salem Stadium in Cary, North Carolina, is North Carolina FC 0 and Charleston Battery 0. This is the third home game in a row for North Carolina FC. We welcome you back upstairs. Hello again, everybody. Dean Linke. I promised you Kurt Johnson, the president GM of North Carolina FC, and he's with us. Kurt, good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, Kurt, we're going to get to this game, but first off, we got to talk about the International Champions Cup, because tomorrow the North Carolina Courage are going to be here to take on Portland in a rematch of the NWSL Championship game. But what the North Carolina Courage accomplished last week in Miami is pretty darn special.
Well, first of all, fantastic event with a great competition. Manchester City, who didn't get to play, but PSG Women, who we played in the semifinals, Lyon in the final. 4 of the best teams in the world for sure, and the 2 that we played were incredible.
And how about the job that Paul Riley has done, though, with this team? Only 1 loss on the season. They were missing 6 starters. I mean, 5 with the USA, 1 with Brazil, and they still got it done.
Well, the players there did quite well. You know what you're going to get out of the ones that have been getting minutes, and they were all fantastic. Then you throw in Sabrina D'Angelo in the goal. Coming off an injury was outstanding.
Big time.
And you can count, Morgan Reed. The list goes on and on and on. They were fantastic. They stepped up in their big moment, and it was an incredible weekend.
All right, they'll be here tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Make sure you get out here. Now this one, North Carolina FC, Colin Clark saying we need to try to get 7 to 9 points in these 3 games at home, and they got 6 already.
6 already, 2 very good performances. And in the first half, what we saw is 2 good teams, right? I think with their own type of game plan, both teams executing it well. It's going to take a special goal to unlock this one.
Before we look at the schedule coming up for North Carolina FC, Austin Deleuze. We keep joking. We call him Benjamin Button, and we say Ponce de Leon, and he was all over the pitch.
Well, you see him playing a different role now for us in many games, more of a central role, and he's been just as effective in that role.
All right, let's go to work, put Kurt Johnson to work, take a look at the upcoming schedule, because you know the deal. You still got to get points on the road, Kurt.
I think it's 13 or 14 still to go. Quite a few on the road coming up. We've got to prove. We've proven at home over the last 2.5 games that we're highly effective. We're playing well. We're hitting our stride. Young guys coming through. Now we got to do it on the road.
All right, meanwhile, the Charleston Battery, they've certainly been full of class this year. They're second in the league. They've been very good.
Look, Charleston's been fantastic over the last 10, 12 games. I've been watching them closely, and they've just been rising through the standings and getting 3 points home and away a lot. Counterattacking style, very effective. Goals from Guerra, very impressive team.
All right, real quick, Kurt Johnson, before we let you go, a lot more momentum in the past couple days thanks to the commissioner of MLS, Don Garber. Steve Malik got pretty excited after he made those comments.
Well, you know, the media side of it comes in spurts, right? But the work is every day, and nobody's working harder than Steve is at this project, 919 MLS. We believe it's not a matter of if, but when. But that win is uncertain, so we just got to keep grinding and everybody out there doing their part, which they are, and I think good things are going to happen. We've got a fantastic market, a growing community, and an incredible soccer marketplace.
Indeed, super exciting. The USL has been super exciting, a great landing place for North Carolina FC. As always, USL Productions, they do a marvelous job. Let's take a look at some of the best moments from the past week in the USL.
What a goal! Sandoval with an incredible bicycle! How did that go in?
Nice through ball for Williams, he scores!
Takes it to the byline, squares it across, they score!
Dennis, still on the move, showing great strength. Dennis lets it fly! Sensational from Aaron Dennis, he equalizes in the 72nd minute.
Chang inside to Sebastian Velasquez, shot and a goal! Sebastian Velasquez!
What did I tell you? That's the Monarchs game.
He cuts back to his left foot, he's gonna chip the keeper! Oh, an early goal! Sensational from Anthony Burke-Gilroy! Sounders on top in the 2nd minute.
Here, Rasmussen strikes on goal, and it's in the back of the net! Rasmussen has put OKC in front, 1-0. Here's Stroud in the 18, takes a shot and buries it far post at the start.
Point blank save!
Bonomo the touch, Fleming's the shot.
Quick run up, straight into Ferrigno.
A shot, and what a save. Malcolm, ball ricochets out in front and a save by Cardoni.
Coffin leaves a shot, Serta knocks it down.
Long strike and a spectacular save by Restrepo.
Knocked away by Marcinkowski.
Through. Could this be a chance for Fernando? Up by Kuzminski, again blocked by Kuzminski.
This will come to Dillon, nice save again by McIntosh.
More pressure, right side, shot taken, Mizell denies again.
Taylor with an effort, a good save. As Rasmussen will strike from a long way out, forcing a brilliant save.
Here's a shot, and what a save there from Tambakis.
Left-footed ball from Vukovic, curling there, header, and a save.
Bird into space, saved.
Isaac Diaz, the shot, and the goal.
Into the 18, oh my!
One-time rip and a goal!
Here, Brody's inside the 18, Brody with a shot! And a goal!
Welcome back here to Wake Med Soccer Park. Always fun to take a look at the top moments around the USL. Fantastic goals, great calls as well. Great to spend time as well with Kurt Johnson, President GM of North Carolina FC. Jason Gary joins me again. Let's take a look at some scores around the league here. We think what we hear is a lot of zeros on the board. The FC Cincinnati game is in a delay as well, but someone's going to get one.
Yeah, if you like defense, this is great, right? Zeros all around. I'm sure that some of these second halves, including our second half, is going to have some fireworks here.
We start to look at the standings of the USL. About a month ago, we didn't really want to look. We didn't even want to peek. Now we want to look because right now, you'll see, obviously, Charleston Battery, such a great season. They've been great. FC Cincinnati, class of the league. But when we flip the page, guess who's peeking up?
That's right. North Carolina FC on a little bit of a run here. Got some games in hand as well against some of the teams that are ahead of them in the table, meaning they can go on a little bit of a run here. A few 3 points tonight will vault them right up into a good spot battling for the playoffs.
All right, it's halftime. Want to salute Nick Retzlaff, who was honored for his work with the NCFC U23 team. A special recognition for him at halftime. A great family as well. Well done, Nick Retzlaff. Well done, all you soccer fans out here. Is there a goal in this one? We come back, we'll show you the first half highlights, and we'll have the second half kickoff. Zeros on the board in Cary.
soccer, every second is monumental. Every moment of the 90 minutes is backed up by months of training, hours of perfecting passes, weeks of tuning your touch. You put in the time searching for your next advantage. We provide the gear that helps you earn it.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
My name is Clint Dempsey, and I play for Seattle Sounders. If you played on a club team, it gave you an opportunity to get a scholarship in soccer. So going to Dallas, so we lived in Nacogdoches. I went for my first tryout, not really thinking I was going to make it, and ended up making the team. And then it was the reality set in. My parents were like, how are we going to afford this? How are we going to be able to drive 3 hours one way and 3 hours back? I was just lucky that I had parents who were crazy enough to drive me that far to get that coaching. See more at celebratingsoccer.com.
In soccer, every second is monumental. Every moment of the 90 minutes is backed up by months of training, hours of perfecting passes, weeks of tuning your touch. You put in the time searching for your next advantage. We provide the gear that helps you earn it.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
We told you about it. Nick Retzlaff, along with his mom and dad, recognized for the Farouk Bizio Award for his commitment during the team's 2008 PDL League. Such a great kid, such a great family. Dwan Bader, his coach, as well. Good stuff here, as always. Jason Gary, Dean Linke, halftime here. And Jason, as we roll to the first half highlights, it took a little time to find some highlights. So-so in the first 45.
Yeah, not a ton of shots on goal for either team, but I think the second half's really going to open up. Just a few chances for either team in the first half. Here's one for Charleston early on. Let me see the big guy, number 10, Atula Guerra here. He's looking at one thing only to fire a shot on goal. Puts that one just past the post of Alex Tambakis. Good strike from the Charleston center forward. A little disappointed, didn't find the back of the net there, but then here we go. North Carolina FC, this is a great ball in from Graham Smith. Finds the head of Daniel Rios. Great touch from Daniel Rios with the header. And Kyle Becker had more time than he thought. Tries to put something on goal first time. Should have taken a touch and tried to get it past Kuzminski. That was really the best chance for North Carolina FC in the first half.
Here we go as both teams out on the field ready to go, and the sun has finally shifted away. It's going to be a nice 45 minutes here in the second half.
Yeah, I think so. I think both teams are going to try to figure out a way to get 3 points here tonight. See, both coaches are going to have the opportunity to make some changes here as well. See how this second half starts off.
And we talked about the fact subs played such a big role in the game last Saturday, both from Iwolo and from Juelito Fernandez, who came off the bench. This game, as you said, the human highlight reel, T. Shipalani, is on the bench, ready to go. So here we go, North Carolina FC in their home blues. Charleston Battery in their white, black, and white. Second half underway, still no score. Iwolo. Hackshaw. Anunga will miss it. That'll give Guillen a chance. Guillen forward to Miller. Miller, good turn. Woodbine. Miller! Right to Kuzminski.
Yeah, you don't mind it. Great start from North Carolina FC, and Stephen Miller putting a shot on target. He's sitting on a yellow as well, Guerra. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, he definitely appears to be just a little bit agitated. I guess that would be the best word. Don't forget, though, you think about great subs. Charleston Battery has Gordon Wilde available on the bench.
Yeah, he's a pure goal scorer in his first professional season. He's got 6 or 7 goals for Charleston. He can create something out of really nothing.
Harrington. Well, we talked quite a bit about the heat in the first half. What a difference a halftime makes, though, right? With the sun now gone, and it probably feels like, even with the humidity, 10 degrees cooler for all these players, I would think.
Yeah, it certainly changed. The first half, it was scorching down there.
Smith drops it over to Iwolo. Taylor. Back to Iwolo. Iwolo, good ball back to Taylor, but then Taylor has to put on the brakes and come back and try to get it. Harrington. Back again. Miller. Down near the end line. Kept alive there by Rittmeyer. Far cross. Iwolo. Cleared out of there. Now Tobin, the captain. Taylor behind Deleuze. Deleuze does enough to keep possession for North Carolina FC. Now here's Deleuze again.
Yeah, I thought he was going to turn and hit that one with his left foot. He spun the other way. But good pressure here from North Carolina FC, just keeping it up, maintaining possession in the attacking third. Oh.
Turnover for Deleuze. Boy, Higashi wanted it, number 25. Aguera turned the other way, now has words with Miller.
Yeah, but credit to North Carolina FC. They're doing a really good job when the ball does turn over of getting numbers back quickly. Defenders working hard, the midfielders are working hard.
Well, you'd think winning 4 in a row, you'd be in just a little bit better mood, but Aguera is not in a great mood here tonight, right?
Yeah, most goal scorers are grumpy if they got a goal by this time in the game.
Good point. Hackshaw. Now Van Schaik. We get a closer look at number 14. I like the way this player plays. Number 14, he'll drop it over, open, shot opportunity. And once again, a sliding tackle out of nowhere. The man with the mustache, Graham Smith.
Yeah, he did. Right, you're right, Dean. He popped up out of nowhere here. This was a great chance. Van Schaik does a good job cutting inside. Plays the ball past Guillen. But look at Stephen Miller there. Graham Smith just comes across, makes the sliding challenge. And there's no way that's a handball. But big time opportunity here for Charleston. They've got some monsters. Big size, Skylar Thomas, Taylor Mueller, Hackshaw coming up from the back.
Corner kick for Van Schaik. Driven in, Hackshaw got a piece of it. It'll come all the way through. Iwolo, a foot race there with Higashi. He'll just clear it to midfield. Hackshaw, so strong, great ball, and Guerra diving forward. Can't get to it.
I'll tell you what, he didn't miss by much there. What a ball from Hackshaw, and Guerra knows that was a great opportunity. I thought he should have tried to go with his foot here. He tries to go with his head. If he sticks his right leg out, he might be able to get something on that. there. His left or his right leg, put that out. He tried to do a little bit of hand-to-God Maradona action there, didn't he?
He did. He had that left hand out. Both those players from the Trinidad and Tobago. Here comes Van Schaik. Van Schaik running downhill behind Guerra.
Well, he had Higashi wide open, too. He should have skipped Guerra to find Higashi.
North Carolina FC going the other way. Iwolo sent back across over to Rios. Now Taylor will bring it back to Smith. First 5 minutes have been great.
We thought it was going to be a pretty good opening. Both teams getting after it.
Sent back in again. Rios down right to Kuzminski. Excellent ball delivered in. Rios was there, but right to Kuzminski.
Oh, great ball. Guillen again off that left foot. He's been excellent tonight. Mueller just misjudges it. Daniel Reyes, I think he'll be disappointed when he watches this one. He needs to put that one into the corner. Put it right at Kuzminski. Yeah, both teams, you can see, Dean, the game is opening up. There's space, a lot more space than there was in the first half going forward.
52nd minute. Wonderful start here of the second half. Both these teams come in scorching hot. In their last 4 games, neither one of these teams have lost. Charleston Battery have won 4 in a row. North Carolina FC tied to 1-2. Smith gonna take a shot. I don't know if I can call that a shot. I don't know if it was. Nonetheless, he put it just on top of the 6.
Yeah, he was looking for Rios, I think.
You're right. '53rd minute. Becker, nobody home. So for me, Iwolo's been effective, but not as efficient as he needs to be.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit of a different position for him. He's worked hard. Can't knock him for the work rate. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Colin Clark makes a change in that spot.
Guerra.
1v2.
He's not afraid to do it all by himself. He'll square it. Guillen has been phenomenal.
It's so well read from Aaron Guillen here. Any young defender needs to watch this play from Guillen. He read it so well, but also disguised which player he was going to go with. A fantastic challenge from Aaron Guillen.
Becker. Miller's got Deleuze coming behind him. Nobody went with Deleuze. What do you think, Jason Gary? You caught it before. Is there a goal here in this one? Iwolo back across. Miller back across. Set out of there by Thomas.
Miller's got to play that ball on the ground to Rios. He was set up for it.
Becker will deal.
There's a goal in this one, Dean, no doubt about it.
That goes off of Kelly, so back to Tambakis.
I guess some doubt. You can't really predict the future, but I think there are a couple goals in this game.
Certainly feels like it. Certainly does. Guillen. Iwolo will chest it. This is better from Iwolo down near the end line. Van Schaik comes sliding in. Kelly, nice calmness there from Kelly to find Anunga. Miller will get his shot at it. Miller deflected! All right! Off the crossbar in front of the Oak City supporters. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
Oh, the pressure is mounting, Dean. What a touch here from Stephen Miller. Says, why not? Give it an effort. A little deflection here off the defender. But I think Iwolo had a chance. He didn't read it, didn't anticipate that ball was going to come off the crossbar, but I think he could have tapped that thing in the back of the net. A little bit more alert. Great effort, though, from Stephen Miller.
You know I had a Miller time ready to roll, right? Corner kick, North Carolina FC. Becker with the right foot near post, trying to find Deleuze. Taylor could give Becker another shot. He does. Here's Becker. Becker's got Deleuze in front of him. He goes back looking for Iwolo. Hackshaw, Van Schaik will sandwich Iwolo. Still not totally cleared. '56th minute. Taylor finds Becker. First 11 minutes here, the second half have been electrifying here. Still no score, zeros, but not for a lack of trying, particularly, I would say, from the home team.
Yeah, they've had some good sustained pressure here in Charleston's half of the field. Moving the ball quickly, it's good stuff.
Don't forget, tomorrow night, North Carolina Courage, Portland Thorns out here at Wake Met Soccer Park, NWSL action, 6 p.m. Meanwhile, North Carolina FC won't be back home until August 25th when they take on their in-state rivals, the Charlotte Independents. That is August 25th. Plenty of time to get your tickets now. Bring a big group out here and have a good time.
Yeah, that's well done from Taylor. Should be North Carolina FC ball. Uh-oh. Fans aren't happy about it. I thought he did a good job playing it off the Charleston player there. Clark, he wasn't happy about it.
Hackshaw. Reminds me of Fletch, 6'3", 6'5" with the afro. Rittmeyer, 58th minute. Woodbine. Kelly. Charleston Battery, second place. Eastern Conference standings. Tambakis will gobble it up. All right, so voting is open this weekend for the USL's monthly awards. Have your say in the votes for Player of the Month, Goal of the Month, and Save of the Month at uslsoccer.com. Human highlight reel, T. Shipolani's got his warm-up shirt off, getting ready to put his game jersey on. Talking to Greg Shields down on the bench for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, this is the type of game that just sets up perfectly for him. Finding the ball, let him take on the defenders, create something. Second half, it's opened up. There's a lot more space than there was in the first half.
Ian. Nunga. Now Rittmeyer. Aaron Guillen. Boy, sometimes on a hunch, right? You pick a player, you just feel like, one, they deserve the attention, and then boom, they're off and running, and Guillen has stood out.
He really has, both defensively and some of those long balls into the box. It's a third or fourth giveaway there from Austin to lose. A little bit off here in the second half.
Thomas. All right, so T. Shipolani. And here's the thing, Shipolani's got his shorts on backwards, so that's a good sign as far as I'm concerned. Minute 60. If you were paying attention, Jason Gary told you that Colin Clark will make a sub at minute 60, and that's where we are. Guerra with Tobin. Tobin, great, look at that. He kept him going left, did not back down, and that was the way to play right there.
Yeah, great defending from Connor Tobin. Something happened there with Harrington. Maybe cramping, maybe. Yeah, he just fell out of nowhere there. Hot humid night, I think that's a cramping situation. Said he's coming out. Look at this defending from Connor Tobin. There's no way he was allowing Garrett to cut back and get a shot on target. There's Harrington. You see it, look, right away. No contact. He's cramping, or he pulled something.
So now it looks like Wilde Fernandez, who talked about the fact that he is a special athlete. He can play midfield or defense. And now they're telling T. Cipollone to put his warm-up jersey back on. And I think they may send Cipollone back to warm up, and Harrington looks like he might be done.
Yeah, I think he's out. I think they was giving the signal for a substitution there. If it is a cramp, when it comes to the cramping this early with 30-something minutes left in the game, he's not going to make it the whole way. So those cramps start, it's very difficult to get him to stop. And we'll see. It looks like there's a substitution happening.
So how about Wilde Fernandez coming off that late game heroic victory over Pittsburgh?
And we'll see if the coaching staff in North Carolina FC decides to change the formation at all, or if they just keep Wilde Fernandez and slide him into that center back role. We'll see.
Cape Verde
NCFC substitution in 62nd
scored his first career goal. He's only played in 3 games and scored that goal last week. And
coming in, number 11,
looks like he's slotting right in there for Michael Harrington at center back. No real change to the formation, but it does mean that Coach Colin Clark's going to have to hold on to that substitution plan of getting T. Cipollone into this game. See how things develop.
So here's the first touch for number 11. So Jason Garrett, we saw him in the midfield in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup against DC United. We saw him in the midfield last week against Pittsburgh. Preseason, we saw him some in the back, but it's the first time we've actually seen him in a USL game in that center back position. So that's a big job.
It really is. And he's playing against Guerra up there, who's fully capable of scoring tons of goals. So we'll see how he adjusts.
Anhauser with a bit of an assist there. Gets off the bench to quickly play it to Van Schaik, showing he's still got that Hoosier touch. Thomas on the ground. Leg stays down. Guerra has tested that offside line the entire game, and he's been pretty much on point.
Yeah, he's made some pretty well-timed runs there.
Gashi right back. Guerra, good touch. Tobin. That was a beautiful touch, folks. Here's Hackshaw. Will run it down. Charleston looking dangerous. 64th minute. You feel like with Harrington going to the bench, Charleston, to use an overused cliche, sensing a little bit of blood in the water right now.
Yeah, I agree. They just stepped up their pressure a little bit here. They're pushing more numbers forward. We see Hackshaw. He's all the way up here, almost in a left forward role.
Ian again. So we thought maybe Stephen Miller would flip-flop left and right, but he has stayed on the left side the entire game.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of that. I'd actually like to see him try it for 5 or 10 minutes here in the second half, just to give a little bit of a different look. A little bit sloppy here from North Carolina FC the last 2 or 3 minutes since that injury to Harrington.
So throw in here to Charleston. Squared into space. Great idea there. And then the foul. Phenomenal idea by Guerra. He's a different level type player. He did not see a white jersey, but he figured if he squared it, one would show up.
Yeah, he put it in a dangerous area, and Van Schaik here is more alert than Donovan Iwolo and gets to this ball, and that's certainly a foul, just knocking him off balance. Great opportunity here in a very, very dangerous position to test Alex Tambakis.
Ian along with Iwolo, Fernandez and Rios along with Becker forming the line. Tambakis, Woodbine looks interested with his right foot. Van Schaik wouldn't mind a crack with his left.
Just from the body language, I think this is Woodbine is stepping up. He wants to hit this thing.
Yeah, he is not passing it, right?
I think he's hitting it. We'll see if he can get it up and down. It's at a really good position to be able to get up and over the wall and under the crossbar. See if he's got the touch.
Is he thinking near post?
Near post.
Tambakis has given him the near post. Right to Tambakis. He was thinking far post.
Right, Dean. He tried to fool Tambakis a little bit, get him off balance, but not a very well hit free kick for me. No pace on it. Easy save in the end for Alex Tambakis.
Behind Colin Clark, Nick Platter, DeJuan Bader, Greg Shields. Ready and willing to run down next time Colin Clark wants that sub. Cipollani was set to check in. Harrington goes down, so they change it up and bring in Fernandez.
Yeah, I think Cipollani's itching to get into this game. But I think you're right, Dean. Once that change happened with Harrington coming out, Carolina FC's been a little bit flat since then. Sloppy.
68th minute. Off the head of Fernandez, enough to get it back to Tambakis. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, a rematch of last year's NWSL Championship game. Sunday night NWSL action. The first place North Carolina Courage, winners of the International Champions Cup, taking on the Portland Thorns. Here's Taylor. He'll square it. Trying to find Becker near post. Rios was in the middle. Miller was far post. Those runs right now by North Carolina FC are first class.
Yeah, and Rios, I think, just has to make the near post run. He's got to get in front of that first defender to give himself a chance.
Becker lets the ball come in front of him. Hackshaw not once but twice, deflected off of Iwolo. Charleston Battery starting to think about making some changes as well. Jay Bolt from University of North Florida will perhaps be the next player to come into this game.
Not a bad name, last name for a soccer player, huh? Bolt?
You know it.
Good stuff. I was going to say, could he be related to Usain Bolt, but I don't think so.
Here's Becker. Now Taylor. Yeah, I think that's a good name for a soccer player. Phenomenal name for the world's fastest man, right? Looking for Rios. Miller wants it. Oh, and Miller, he was going to turn and spin with it. He had his body where he was going to turn and spin if Rios saw him. In the meantime, the referee sees that it's time to make a substitution, so Bolt is going to come on for... Nunga thought he was coming out. He was ready to come out.
Something different here. They changed it last minute, I believe.
Let's see who it's going to be. Yeah, I think it's going to be Woodbine. O'Brien Woodbine.
Yeah, I thought he had a pretty good game, Woodbine. He's been dangerous. See if Jay Bolt can make a positive impact on this game for Charleston.
So how about that? Bolt will come in for a Jamaican. So that's as close as we're going to get right there.
That's good stuff. I mean, that's just good. Wouldn't it be great to just run that fast one time in your life?
Oh my!
I mean, just to see what that would feel like.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy. He does. All right, here we go. The human highlight reel. T. Cipollani coming on, and Cipollani, we said it last week, he's starting to look like T. Cipollani again out there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got that confidence going. And credit to Donovan Iwolo. Played a little bit out of position, I think, tonight. They tried something new. He really worked hard, just not having the effectiveness that they were looking for.
Fernandez. Rios got enough of it. Deleuze He's got options and gives it away. So now Hackshaw going the other way. Once again, Guerra somehow able to manage that last line of defense and stay onside. Gordon Wilde working his way over. There's Gordon Wilde, played a couple years at the University of Maryland, Jason Gary's alma mater. He transferred from USC Upstate, and boy, he was fantastic his first year there, sophomore campaign, over 20 goals for the Terps. Didn't come as easy the following year, and then decided to turn pro.
Yeah, and he signed. He's drafted by Atlanta United in MLS and out in Charleston on loan. I think he's got a big future. Looks like he's going to get an opportunity here tonight.
And he comes on if he gets any free kicks. Yeah.
He can absolutely smash the ball with that left foot.
Hackshaw again, 72nd minute. Still no score. Anunga.
Great ball.
To Bolt. Phenomenal ball. Here's Bolt, sent in off of Tobin's head. DeLuz will pop it. Anunga quickly to Hackshaw. Hackshaw, soft left foot. Fernandez. They'll call the foul on DeLuz for tucking in and under Anunga.
Yeah, I think it is a foul on Austin DeLuz here. Just doesn't go up for it. Anunga rises. Austin DeLuz just undercuts him. Maybe a little payback there for a few fouls in the first half. But it's a little bit intimidating when you see the size of the Charleston players here on these set pieces and free kicks, corner kicks. They've got some monsters back there. Skylar Thomas is coming up from the back. Hackshaw.
Yeah, well said. Thomas, 6'5". Hackshaw, 6'2". Guerra in there, 6'3". Plenty of targets. Van Schaik, pretty good left foot. Looking for Hackshaw. It'll fall to Anunga. Like that pass to Van Schaik. Becker does a good job closing it down. Guerra does not need a whole lot of room. Kelly back, Rittmeyer there, back across. Flag is up this time.
Yeah, good line there from North Carolina FC. Trying to find Rittmeyer there on the back post.
Looks like we're gonna have another hydration break, and why we do that, we can tell you that you can get an inside look at life on and off the field from a player's perspective every Wednesday evening in the latest edition of From the Pitch on USLsoccer.com. That's From the Pitch on USLsoccer.com. So once again, a hydration break here in the middle of the second half, still zeros.
Yeah, I think it's good timing for North Carolina FC. They've been under the gun a little bit as Charleston has increased the pressure since that Harrington sub. Got to figure out a way just to settle things down a little bit, get back to that first 5 or 10 minutes of the second half where North Carolina FC was on fire, creating chances.
Good look at Stephen.
North Carolina FC returning home on August 25th.
Talk about that shot from Miller. Look how close it was to being 1-0.
Yeah, this is good stuff here. Just turn around and said, why not? A little deflection off the defender. And that's inches away from finding the back of the net. Job there by Hackshaw. Covering for Charleston. He's been excellent tonight for me. Hackshaw, the left back.
All right, here comes Gordon Wilde, the German. This young man is a goal scorer, folks. Number 15.
Yeah, sure, yeah. He's kind of playing on that right-hand side, but he'll cut in with that left foot, and he can absolutely smash the ball with the left foot. Connor Tobin and Aaron Giens, they have to be aware of him cutting inside.
So we'll see how he combines up top with Higashi and Guerra as part of this 3-4-3 or 3-5-2. It's looking more like a 3-4-3 here at zeros.
Yeah, I think Charleston, they're pushing this game a little bit. They're trying to find a way to get the 3 points. They're leaving their 3 forwards up top.
Cipollone back to Taylor. Cipollone. Van Shake. Looks like he may have been hit in the head, so
yeah,
the referee will go over to take a look at him. Safety first here.
Just an accidental hand, I think, from T. Cipollone as he was spinning out of that challenge. He caught Van Shake in the head there.
T. Cipollone's such a good guy, isn't he?
Yeah,
he really is.
Little move here. I think this is his hand accidentally, a little eye poke there. Good sportsmanship on both sides. And Shake's feeling it, though.
All right.
Maybe Cipollone's just setting him up for the next time he gets the ball to go one-on-one at him, you know?
Whoop. Smith with Becker, 77th minute. North Carolina FC, like to thank Continental Tire, Summit Hospitality, North Carolina Education Lottery, Alpaca Peruvia Chicken, and all the great sponsors of this franchise. This game broadcast on WRAL2 locally and ESPN Plus USL style. Here is Taylor, side of his foot, pretty good ball. Cipollone first times it. It'll go out of bounds. Was hoping he could get to it and get going on the crossovers.
Yeah, I like the idea of trying to play it in early, but I think you're right, Dean. Settle that ball down from T. Cipollone and go at the defender.
Minute 78, no score. Miller, Thomas sliding tackle.
Yeah, it's a great run from Miller. Took on 2 or 3 players. I think that's the type of urgency North Carolina FC need here to try to find a winner.
Turnover from Deleuze. He was impeccable in the first half. Did so much work.
Yeah, this is trouble. I think Anunga goes over the ball here. We have to see this one again. But he made some serious contact with Graham Smith. Smith went down right away. Anunga's raising his hand. Watch this, though. I think he goes over, misses the ball. Just
knee on knee, maybe.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't think it's intentional from Anunga, but that one hurts because he misses the ball. The ball actually hit off his left knee, not the knee not the leg he was challenging with. Smith's a tough guy, man, in the middle there.
Minute 79, still no score. Do we have a winner in this one?
It takes something special. Both these teams well organized defensively. A little bit of magic here.
Cipollone, Taylor making that run. Taylor's open, he'll give it to him. Can he get it back to him? Taylor will go inside far, across off the head, and Miller, can he shield it? Looking for a corner kick. Look at Bolt. Great work by Bolt to avert a corner kick.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Just an individual play there from Jay Bolt, saving his team.
Smith back up. Taylor, Cipollone will get wide. Okay, here we go. Cipollone versus Van Shake. Didn't like it. I was ready. Cipollone was not.
A little too much mustard there from Lito Fernandez.
'81st minute. Oak City supporters starting to get loud and proud here as you see Gordon Wilde. There they are. Still got some old school orange and blue over there.
Huh. Pretty
Exciting to hear Kurt Johnson. There's a lot of momentum, some outstanding media coverage this week as Don Garber, the commissioner of Major League Soccer, Jason Gary, bringing North Carolina FC back into the fold. And Kurt pointed out it's not a matter of if but when, but it was phenomenal to see the stadiums back up there again, and got chills. 919 to MLS, baby.
Absolutely, some excitement. Getting it going.
So here we go, minute 82 now with Kuzminski rocking it past midfield. Taylor, Kelly, and Deleuze. Deleuze first, and they'll flick it all the way back to Kuzminski.
Yeah, they're going to give a little credit to Coach Anhauser and his staff, because they're fully aware of what T. Cipollani can do in one-on-one situations, and they're putting more players around him. Since he got subbed into the game, he hasn't had an opportunity really to do anything. Coach Anhauser there. They know the T. Cipollani and what he can do. Very well planned for so far.
His assistant coach, Dusty Hudak, was an outstanding goalkeeper for the Charleston Battery. And ironically, he was a pretty good goalkeeper for the Colorado Rapids, and Kuzminski played for the Colorado Rapids youth program as well. As you see Dusty Hudak over there, he was a beast in goal. Anunga. Wilde. Now Bolt. Looking for Wilde. Little flick. Back to Kelly. You feel like Gordon Wilde could be a difference maker in this game.
Yeah, you can tell he's trying to get that left foot ready to uncork one. Here's where T. Cipollani could do some damage.
Third minute, still no score. Colin Clark telling us 3 weeks ago he'll take 7 out of these 3 games. That's where he's sitting right now. Why not 9? Here's Taylor, just outside the 18, back to Cipollani with Van Schaik. Cipollani, one nifty move, was looking for the second, gives it back to Taylor. I thought Taylor would try to serve it. Now let's see if Cipollani can draw a corner. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
Yeah, well done from Cipollani and DJ Taylor. A little two-man game there in the corner versus the Charleston defenders, and T. Cipollani came out on top.
So your corner kick brought to you by North Carolina Education Lottery. They give you a chance to win up to $100,000 every 5 minutes. Visit nclottery.com to find out more. Becker, left hand in the air, right foot ready to crank. Driven right in the middle off of Deleuze. What a great corner kick. Cipollani still has Becker. I think Taylor's going to get it to him. And I was wrong. Taylor sends it right back in.
Yeah, at that point, Charleston had 6 defenders in the box and only 3 players from North Carolina FC. Yeah, it was a good corner kick, though, from Kyle Becker. Whipped in with pace, got above the first defender.
'85th minute. Stay up to date with all the best from social media around the USL by watching Off the Post with Kelsey Steele every Friday evening in the USL's social media channel.
A tough back pass there for Tambakis to deal with.
Mueller, driven ball, nobody home. Turbo, Connor Tobin trying to find Miller. Well, Lito Fernandez read that one perfectly.
Step up by him. Just got to break more quickly here, North Carolina FC. It's just taking too long to go forward. Charleston's getting back and getting organized.
Both teams can still make a change here.
So the right Bad spot there for Graham Smith.
Fernandez comes in hard. Lito Fernandez getting the job done. Ooh, my, Guillen came in hard, and he'll stay down. It looks to be okay, though.
Wasn't it? Both players kind of sliding in there on a 50-50 ball. Here, Guillen goes down. He gets there first. Just a knee there from Bolt.
Sloppy there from Bolt. Came in there pretty hard, right?
Yeah. I think he took a knee to the face, too, though.
87th minute. Rios on Hackshaw. Van Schaik getting a little more liberty now to get involved, and he's a player that can hurt you, Jason Gary, in my opinion. He's a talented player, number 14.
Sure is. He's got that great left foot.
Once again, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, NWSL action right here at Wake Met Soccer Park, Salem Stadium in Cary. Rematch of last year's NWSL championship game between the Courage and the Portland Thorns. T. Shipolani. Shipolani bumped off the ball, and he'll get the whistle. And T. Shipolani creating more highlights.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. He had 4 players for Charleston that were marking him, and he got around 2 or 3 of them, forced the third one into a foul here. Certainly a foul from Anunga. These are the moments, Dean, to try to get yourself into playoff position. These are the key moments in the game. Can you take advantage? Can somebody step up, find a way to put one in the back of the net?
It was Wilito Fernandez who stepped up. Late game heroics last week against Pittsburgh. Becker over the ball, hit it pretty hard. Kuzminski will knock it away. I think it's going to stay with the home team. It is.
I think so. Just a little bit too far there from Kyle Becker, but Kuzminski couldn't get anything on it besides punching it out. See it here. Decent ball in from Becker, just not quite with the pace that he needs. Kuzminski, a good punch out there, but it's got to go in with more pace, not as much loft.
North Carolina FC knocked off third place Pittsburgh last week. Wouldn't mind taking a bite out of second place Charleston.
Good ball.
Becker's gonna crank, but right to Kuzminski.
Yeah, you don't mind it though. Great ball though from Graham Smith. He didn't play the easy pass. He found the difficult one into Kyle Becker, who hit it pretty sweetly just right at Kuzminski. Look at this from Graham Smith. Kind of no-look pass there. Good first touch from Becker. Really gets into it with his left foot, but it's right at Kuzminski in the end.
Gordon Wilde, flag is down. Oh, it's up. There it is. Oh. Didn't matter. Tembacas closed it down. But that's where Gordon Wilde, he is a cheeky player. Guerra with the smile. He has been onside almost 90% of the game. At that time, a step off.
Yeah, you're right, dude. Just one step. But this is a great little ball from Gordon Wilde. Just a little chip here. Look, he's got to lift it up.
Yeah, he's way off.
Yeah, he's got a step or two offside. Well done from Tembacas, though, coming out, making himself big. He missed anyway in the end.
So it's going to be 5 minutes of extra time, and I was told that, so I can't act like I knew it. So North Carolina FC going to make a change. I like this change right here. I like it a lot, as Colin Clark's going for it. Make no mistake about it, is he will bring on Marios Lomas from the Netherlands.
Put your hands together for number 27.
Lomas comes in with 4 goals and 2 assists on the season, and he's going offense for defense right here.
Yeah, putting 2 forwards up there. Lomas, all he's looking for is that one opportunity, a ball in the box. He's great in the air. See if North Carolina FC can manufacture one good chance to take all 3 points.
He's got 5 minutes to do it. Bolt. Guerra is onside this time.
Oh.
He's done,
yeah,
perhaps.
I mean he's done a lot of running tonight. I think his calf cramped up right as he was sliding in there. He's done a lot of work tonight, Atula Guerra.
So it looks like Coach Anhauser, 25 years with the club, is going to make a sub. I think it'll be for Guerra.
Yeah, you got to take him out. top goal scorer. No sense in getting something silly this late in the game.
I think it's going to be Mansoray, Victor Mansoray. He'll come on when he gets the opportunity. Becker. Becker left foot, right to Kuzminski. So Mansoray from Sierra Leone is planning on replacing the midfielder forward from Trinidad and Tobago, I believe, Atula Guerra. That would be my guess.
Yeah, I think so. He's not. He hasn't gotten the final word if he's going on or not. He's standing over here next to Coach Anhauser, but he might not come into this game after all.
Ooh, and that goes out of bounds. Actually ran up on the hand. Good call there by the referee from distance is Higashi. There's a hard tackle from Kelly. Rips it away there from Rios. Gordon Wilde back to Guerra, who may have given Anhauser the wave off.
Yeah, I think he did.
All right, so here's Bolt. Wilde is offside at the moment. He'll check back. He's onside now. Bolt lays it behind him as Wilde took off. Bolt again. Guerra. Bolt. Bolt's got Wilde. Wilde can hit it, folks. He'll turn. One too many touches. I thought after the first touch he was going to crank.
I did too. Good run there from Lomas.
Lomas, great trap, bottom of his foot. Lomas waiting for support, gives it back to Rios. Becker is open, and here we go, folks. 93rd minute. What a ball! Becker Lomas! Just missing. What a ball.
That was the one, Dean. That's why he's on the field. What a ball from Becker. And Lomas makes a great run and just gets the header all wrong. Oh.
Mueller quit on it, and Lomas stayed with it.
It was an unbelievable ball from Kyle Becker, and Lomas, he just didn't get the flick too early. He's got to go far post with it. That was the chance, though, Dean. That's why he got subbed onto the field. Guerra is going to...
I think I was going down if that goal went in. I was just going down.
That was the chance that they wanted to create.
Number 20, Victor Mansoray.
All right, so from Sierra Leone, Mansoray into the game. 94th minute. Wow, so the Stephen Miller opportunity and then the Becker pass to Lomas. The two best opportunities for North Carolina FC. Rios goes down. We've got about 90 seconds remaining. They're going to add a little bit of time on because Mansoray came on, so probably closer to 6 minutes. As the referee will add some time on top of the 5 with the sub coming after those 5 minutes of added time were indicated. So here we go. Don't forget again, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, Portland Thorns, North Carolina Courage, right here at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary. Then on the 25th, after North Carolina FC turns into Road Warriors, they'll be back here against Charlotte. NCFC in Charlotte on the 25th. Becker off the head of Bolt. And Cipollani, he'll let it go out of bounds. Throw in near the corner flag. He'll throw it in quickly to Guillen. Guillen has Deleuze showing. Here we go, folks. We're in the 95th minute.
Yeah, everybody wanted Deleuze to put that ball in the box.
Lolito Fernandez, Rios, Deleuze, one bounce.
Oh. He wanted it. It set up pretty well. Just didn't make great contact.
Try to find Gordon Wilde, and now Tim Bacchus will pick it up, reminding everybody it was a social media phenomenon. 97th minute. Last time these two teams played, oh my, he didn't add any time. 95, he's done. Your final score, quick thought, Jason Gary, zeros here. North Carolina FC in Charleston.
Yeah, I thought a pretty even result, a pretty fair result for both teams. Few opportunities for each team to get the 3 points. But in the end, I think a fair result for both teams. And Coach Colin Clark, that guy right there, he got the 7 points, what he wanted out of this 3-game homestand.
He called for 7. He gets 7. He almost got 9. I want to thank Kurt Johnson, the president and GM, for joining us at halftime for my national champion, both in college and the pros, Jason Gary. I'm Dean Linke. Your final score after 90+ zeros here in Cary, North Carolina FC in Charleston Battery.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.